This is the story of your grandpa and me on our wedding day.
Did he get down on one knee?
No. He took me to a friend of his folks, the jeweler, to get the size and pick a ring out. Well, he says, yeah, if we're going to be engaged, you got to have a ring. Mm-hmm. I don't remember him asking me about. But you know, if you want to get married, we're going to have to be engaged for a while because I can't afford it.
It's very practical.
Yeah. His brothers each gave his girlfriend a ring and a diamond. And he wanted to give me a diamond ring, and I didn't want a diamond. I said I would like a ruby. I would prefer a ruby. I can't give it to you. Okay. My brothers gave their wives a diamond ring, and that's what you're going to get. I mean, it boiled down to that. And I didn't want it, but I got it anyway. He came to me. He didn't graduate with his class at UCLA. He had one more class to finish.
One more semester?
One more semester. And he was going to do it in the summer session. So he told me if we want to have a honeymoon, we'll have to go up the week between semesters, between the semester.
Spring and summer.
Spring and summer. You want a honeymoon or don't you? That's what it amounted to.
How old were you when you got married?
I was 20. Byrl was 23. We got married downtown Los Angeles, City Hall. The pastor, I guess, was hired there during the day. They have one all the time for those who want to get married. And we did, and we showed up bright sunny morning. My mother and his mother and Clinton Beckman was his best man. And and it was very simple. I wore a plain green dress summer, and I didn't much like it because somebody had said something like, "Wear green, ashamed to be seen," and I echoed through my ears the whole time I was up married. But I was married anyway.
So you had a green wedding dress.
Yeah. Byrl's mother was very upset that we didn't get married in church, although why she would be upset, she never went to church. He was very interesting, the minister. He was a smoker, a heavy smoker. We got married, and it was fast, but not too fast, and kind of final when it was over, so I felt we were pretty well stitched up. Then we went to Clifton cafeteria for breakfast. And then when it was all over, we met outside by the car. Everybody said goodbye to everybody else. So we took off and we headed for June Lake. People go up there in the summer time. They have cabins and they go for weekends and for a week at a time with their kids and camp out. And it's, I never did it, and so I didn't know what he was talking about. Mm-hmm. But he always had fun doing it, so I figured I could too. Byrl had worked up with his dad there a couple of summers, and so he was aware of what there was. He filled the gas tank with white fire at 10 cents a gallon. It was filled to the brim, and that should have gotten us up to June Lake. And it was a nice day. It was cool, sort of. Well, it was June, so it wasn't too hot yet. And we weren't going too long when we, from starting up on the highway. But pretty soon, the car blew up, and we had to stop, naturally. There was a big bang, and it started smoking and quit running. So Byrl pulled the car over to the side, very nonchalant about this, the whole thing. We took our suitcases out. He says, well, we're going to have to hitchhike now because it's the only way we can get there. When we get up there, I'll see if the Brumbaughs are home, and we'll get some help from them. They were friends that worked with Byrl's dad when he was up in the Department of Water and Power. I never had hitchhiked before. Not even. No, never. Yeah, but he was not concerned about it. He seemed to know what he was doing. It's amazing when I think about it, but it's just, it happened, so do what you do. Byrl had a good sense of humor. He was not the best joke teller, and for someone who could always laugh at a joke, he didn't sometimes remember the punchline, and he didn't remember, sometimes he'd give you the punchline first, and then you'd have to work it out yourself. And sometimes he forgot. So with him, it was a surprise all the time. So pretty soon along comes a guy with a roadster with the top down, and Byrl tells him our car broke down, and he points over in the direction, and we're going up to June Lake and see about some help. Oh, listen, he's drinking this way.
Out the window?
Well, he had the top down.
Oh.
The man who did the roaster.
He just,
What was he drinking?
beer. He had at least 3 or 4.
Wow.
So we went up that way, and the guy dropped us off at the gas station. He told him what he was after. We needed to see these people, and he said, well, I don't think they're home. They left a few days ago.
Oh, the man at the gas station knew
The Brumbaughs.
The Brumbaughs. And so he said, I'll call up and see if they're home. And nobody was home, of course. Leave it to us. Anyway, the gas station guy said he would look into picking up his car and having it hauled up to the gas station. And he gave us a loaner. Grandpa knew where to go. We're close. I mean, it's about this far in the map.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look very far. However, it's half a state. We didn't have to break in. We used the key. The gas station guy asked him about, you have a key? And Byrl says, no, we don't have a key. But we know where they keep the key to open the house, because everybody up here has friends that have to borrow stuff, so they know where the key is kept. Everybody has a key. They do too. And imagine living in a house where everybody in the neighborhood knows where your key is. I don't know.
Different times.
Different times, yeah. So we went up, and he knew where the key was, so we broke in, and we made ourselves at home. We made some coffee, and we didn't open very much because there's a limit to how much breaking and entering you can do. We couldn't get to June Lake the first night, our honeymoon night, so he drew a picture of the lake with a brochure and tacked it over the bed so that we could say we went up to June Lake and spent our honeymoon there. He was not much of an artist. He says, now you can tell everybody your honeymoon was at June Lake. And it was. Now, I wouldn't be lying when he said I slept with a picture of it over what little sleep I did get that night. And I'm not going into any details there.
Mm-mm.
And then, unexpectedly, the Brumbaughs came home. They came to the house first, and Mr. Brumbaugh recognized Byrl, and so he wasn't surprised. And but his wife didn't come in right away, and she didn't want anything to do with anything. You should have been there. Mrs. Brumbaugh about had a tizzy. What are they doing in my house? What are they doing in my house? And here he is, he's calming her down. It's Byrl, he's the son of Elmer, you know, when he works up here. What are you so excited for? Relax. Well, the invasion, she was not prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was funny. I have never heard anyone so hysterical. But she was going to get him out of my house. So we did. She was a spoil sport is what she was. Of course, it was her house. Well, anyway.
And then, so once they came home,
Yeah, we went.
you had to go.
Yeah. And then we went back to the gas station to find out what we were supposed to do and talked with the guy again. We had pretty well decided that if the gas station guy would sell us the car and take the old car, with what he could do with it, I don't know. He sold us the Hudson.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a nice car. He sold it to us, $50 a month. We had that car for a long time, but we liked the car, and the guy in the gas station was wonderful to us. So we drove around June Length, and Byrl pointed out that's the inn where we're going to stay, but we're not going to go in because we're not going to stay. It was beautiful up there. The lake was gorgeous, and it was fun. It was lots of fun. We lucked out all the way.
So after they came home and you left the house, did you actually go and stay in a cabin?
No, we went home. Oh, I mean, after all, we spent our time there. We didn't have any money. Very few women have a honeymoon that's spent that way. I have to admit, I've been lucky with Byrl all my life.
And how many years were you married?
70. You can't beat that.
So overall, how did you feel about your honeymoon?
Oh, it was marvelous. I had a good time. We drove around the lake and saw the cabins. That's the story of our honeymoon. Life with him is one big joke after another. Except he can't remember the punchlines of the jokes.
Though we have sparks, wrestled and raged, I can tell you I love troubles, so Palisades, Palisades, stay away, away.
If you had it to do over again, would you do it differently?
Probably not. If knowing what I know now, I'd insist on a ruby.